Alright, hello, hello, hello. Alright, let's play some Trackmania today. Wait, where's my camera? Hello. Oh, I know why. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's a bit on the side a bit. Wait, there we go. Opa. Hello, Pizza. Eriks, welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, have been playing, not been playing TM for a bit. Wait, let's do like this. No, like this. Gotta set it up properly. Let's do it like this. Okay, let's see what's the track of the day today. Have not played TM since the Latvia League stage. So, okay, the first block already. I see it's. We'll reduce this a bit. Alright, okay, so I want to play probably COTD today. Snow car. Of course. Of course. Of course. Okay, I'm not too bad on snow car at least, so I'm not gonna mind that. Also, I put some drum and bass mix that I hopefully hope is not gonna be copyrighted, because whenever I have these VODs on YouTube, they sometimes just get blocked because there was like a song that's like 5 seconds or something, and it just blocks the whole VOD. And I kind of like that YouTube saves the VODs automatically, so for things like Latvia League, like there's something to look back to. However, there is one funny thing that I noticed. Every single time I do stream on YouTube, I lose like 10 subs a stream. Wait, where to go? So yeah, there's that. But at the same time, I have not been uploading or making stuff where people usually subscribe to early on, so I can really understand that though. I'm not a fan of this style moves. So. There's a lot of vocals here. I like when there's like no vocals, but let's try to drum and bass. Yeah, let's try to find some stuff that's not copyrightable and does not have vocals, hopefully. Alright, I'm gonna risk with this. Alright, this was usually when I work on like on video essays on my other channels, so or when I do study music, this is what you usually listen to. But yeah, soon we have already Christmas. Imagine we're only 10 days away from the next year. We're 10 days away from 2025. We are gonna be closer to 2030s than to 2010s, starting in 10 days. We're gonna be closer to 2030 than to 2010s, cheapers. That is kind of crazy, actually. Does have a weird feeling about it. Let's redo it. Okay. This is not too bad of a snow map, honestly. Just this part I don't understand where to go. Oh, okay, okay. Top 14 Latvia. I was thinking maybe I might have to, when I have like these on-cam streams, I might have to invert my camera a bit, so because on stream it looks like that I'm like looking away, and I was thinking to maybe I can probably will rechange it for some future streams or broadcasts. There is one thing that I'm quite a bit frustrated about, and I do think some other people are as well, is that well, since I'm under no contract or anything, but so basically there was a thing where myself and Tournament kind of created the format for next year's World Tour, and Nadio came in and was like, alright, it's cool and all. We kind of started to work on it, and then Nadio was like, alright, we'll have to like validate it. So we kind of stopped in developing it, because Nadio wanted to take a look into it and give their validation. The problem is, they have been validating it for like a whole month, and we can't even start working on it. Hello, Trident. So that is a massive XDD moment. How's it going? I'll say this, my local businessy stuff is doing pretty good. Especially for the first 2 months, I'm not too... I'm actually surprised. I know that many people, when they start their local businesses, they kind of are in the deep reds. But I am in a net positive after 2 months, which is pretty sick. Honestly, really unexpected. And so if we count as that, then yes, but mental state has been a bit yuck, let's just say like that, lately. And there are some study stuff that I have been doing, and I will have to do as well during today. I've got a bit of motivation for training stuff. I kind of set like next year's goals, and I kind of got motivated to do it. Honestly, it's kind of cool to see that in sports karate there were a lot of people who are some of the best in the world are in like their early 40s. It kind of gives me motivation for the longevity. I kind of still have this I do still think that in many places the longevity of like competing is increasing, but yeah, that's kind of one things like that. But there is one thing that's a bit, yeah, there are some stuff that are a bit annoying me, but IRL as well, but it is what it is. Yeah, this is an interesting snow map though, but there's a lot of time to save. I'm very curious about this turn though. I want to learn the map a bit better. I'm assuming it's a low jump there. Okay, 3. It's from there to there. Hello, K9. I'm also kind of curious about the next Latvian League stages, because we're also in the midpoint of that. And I'm in the midpoint of that, and I'm very curious what will be how the standings will look like in the ends, and how will be the play count for the last few stages. Also, my family have decided that we were gonna celebrate Christmas on the 25th in the end. And So there is a chance I might not be taking part in the 25th in stage 5. And about next stage as well, I'm not too confident. I did put up registration for it already. There was one suspicious thing though that happened. There's a guy called Analytics, who's one of the most, let's just say it like that. He's on low-key blacklist. And I have a hunch that guy might try to sneak into the Baltic League. I have a hunch. I did ask some people for just in case what's his Ubisoft ID, just so I know, and this is in changing it a lot. And yeah, it's I'm gonna be a bit cautious about it. There was once as well, like when there was a system when we did the very first Baltic Trackmania Cup, we had like 10 French registrations for the very first Baltic Trackmania Cup. And I had to be really careful with who registers and who doesn't. So that was kind of funny. And there were like 2 or 3 people pretending to be in the Baltics when they were clearly not. So it's not the first time. I don't know if other sub-regions in TM have had that situation. There's people pretending to be from here to play in events. Okay, how do you do this turn? I just don't understand this. Do you jump? No. Maybe do it like that. So that has been the case before, so I kind of know what to do. I mean, due to also the rotor stuff, it's possible to also track down locations as well. Like one very good way how you can tell is the in-server ping. When you have like suspicious entries and stuff like that. For the Latvian link, does the system accept only players? So the registration does accept the system who has Latvian players, yes. But if there's a suspicious entry, then I reach out to the player, else I remove them from the registration list. So they can't join the servers then. They might join the Time Attack server then, but the actual match servers, they won't be able to participate. So that's the one way how I validate it. And you can't cheat the system there. Unless you do actual proof that you fake the documents and everything like that. But it's not something worth risking. Because there is a chat with other organizers, so people who do that will gonna be instantly like noticed, like reported or noticed to other organizers. Because that has been, honestly, that has happened quite often in my events. I have I think it's like 5 or 4 instances when that has happened. There was the Clem situation once. Then there was I forgot what was the name. There was Clem, who literally found an image. Okay, this was the funniest thing. There was a guy who tried to take part in Baltic League, who was French, and he tried to he said that, oh, I live here now, and I was wondering if I can play. I am French, but I live here. So he tried to like explain it, and what he did, he found like residency documents, like a residency form, an empty, and he just tried to send an image of an empty residency application form. So that was a thing. Then there was one guy trying to like Photoshop like a passport. You know that there's like these passport templates that exist, and there was one guy who photoshopped like a passport. The thing is, he didn't even change the picture from the freaking templates. A basic Google image search will just, you know, do that. So I know how to prevent these, you know, situations. I already have experience, so it's hard to get, you know, catch this stuff or, you know, exploit it. So that was a thing as well. Then there was one guy who tried to change everything in game and tried to get into it. And the moment when... so basically he did register for a Baltic League stage, I remember. A Baltic League event. And he changed his flag in game. He changed everything. And the guy was trying to use... What became suspicious was... the guy was trying to use the Google Translate to like speak in Latvian to me in DMs. You know, because when you like speak in Latvian, that's like, you know, it's kind of validates it, you know, that's makes sense. Because, you know, hardly anyone could speak Latvian. The problem is he was using Google Translate, and Google Translate for Latvian is not the most optimal thing if you write in sentences. And the sentences made no sense. Like, it got the idea, I guess, but the way how... Like, no one, let's just say, uses those words in those specific contexts. And that's basically how it could on. And then when he joined the server, based on the ping, it said, like, I could tell it's Germany. You might be wondering, how on earth can you tell where is the person from? Well, the core server is in France. And that when you pass a checkpoint, there's a light delay when your time appears, or when the player's card appears on the sides at the bottom. And I have noticed like the slight differences, because from Latvia to... So let's say if there's like a PF starts, and there's a first checkpoint, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna pop up, even if this time is the same, it's gonna pop up like this: 1, 2, 1, 2. And the person who's closer, that means he's closer to France in location-wise. So, for example, when we play like in Baltic League, let's say you'll see like Crazy Cat, for example, will have his time popping up first there, despite, let's say, him being slower in a checkpoint, for example, for a split second. Just because Crazy Cat is playing from Netherlands, or Dvinho playing from UK, you know. So it's like you can spot these things if you like pay attention to that closely, and you can notice the differences. Where they are playing from. And in basic qualification or warm-up rooms, you can notice that. This is something I have learned just from, you know, observing events for many events and trying to catch on that. So that is like a light thing that you can notice over the time. It's like such a slight difference, but I have I have been spotting that stuff for so long that I can notice like how from approximately where it's from. What if you're in northeastern Poland and you act as Lithuanian? I mean, you need to... We have a specific criteria to take part, so... You either have to have passports, residency. I'm trying to be also a bit forward-coming that you have to live here for, I think, 6 months. So I believe... What's the guy's name? What was the Brazilian Skinner? So in theory, he can play in Baltic League. What was the... Forgot the name. I feel so bad now. There is a Brazilian Trackmania Skinner who currently lives in Estonia. So in theory, he can play. Poland is basically Lithuania. I mean, the language is so different. I mean, Lithuanian has a lot of like tishulu like sounds. Which I don't think, like t, for example, is not a sound in for Polish, I don't think. Szczewic, maybe there is. There is a good chance I'll be going to Poland in this February, February, because there's gonna be European Karate Championships, and there's a good chance one of my athletes is gonna be there for 100%. So I qualified. So there is a chance for that. I actually once did the DNA test, and there was something absolutely hilarious. I was 70% Latvian. 20% Swedish, surprisingly. And then there was a bit of, and like 10% German. I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, Sweden? I was like so confused. What the fuck? 20% Swedish. And then there was like, turns out that basically a lot of people from the town where I was from, a lot of my relatives were like descendants of the Baltvazi-ish, like the Balt Germanic groups. Because when I checked all of my greats fathers and mothers had like really German names, like really German names, like Ulf Atz Hossenberg or something like that. It's like a mix of, it was really confusing. Yeah, and there's a lot of people who are like in my great parents is like also have like Bergs as surnames. There was a bit of Slavic, but like I think it was like just a couple percent. But that do be fascinating like that. I do think during 2025, there's gonna be a lot of Baltic tournaments though. So I do think, honestly, okay, here's my feeling what's gonna happen with next year's situation regarding comp stuff in Trackmania. If Trackmania is not gonna be shut down, then I can see like, I think the Latvian league probably could continue. There could be like Comic Con Baltic stuff, maybe Baltic League as well, doing some fancy stuff. I know some lands are in the works in Baltics as well. I think there's like 2 of them in the works right now. So will be an interesting year if you're from Baltic side of Trackmania. That's for sure. About globally, I do think, I know there's some interesting third-party events in the works. I wanted to do Fast Point League, but I don't think I'm gonna do Fast Point League in the end. I kind of wanted to do it, but it's just too much effort for, you know. I'll be honest, my motivation to just do events voluntarily is really low. I've been burned so much from of just doing basic mediocre events and doing basic tasks over the last 2 years. I'm just gonna, you know, rather focus domestically, and that's how I think I enjoyed doing the most. Because I do enjoy competing in Trackmania, but I don't really enjoy playing. It's so weird. I don't like playing Trackmania from what the game offers, but I do enjoy playing the events the community offers. That's something I have really noticed and realized as my stance on the game, or the perspective on the game. Like for me, Trackmania is just cool competitive based events. Like I don't see it as speedrunning as many other people do, and I never saw it when I started playing it. Also, there was something I found when I was digging through my old emails. I was just out of curiosity. I wanted to kind of create like a timeline for myself, and turns out I actually started playing Trackmania later than I thought. So I started to play Stadium only in 2012. And I joined WASP in 2014. No, 2015. When I was like 15, 16. Because originally I had in mind that I joined WASP in like 2011. But in reality, I joined WASP in 20... No, I started playing Stadium in 2014. And I joined WASP in 2015. Yeah, there was that. It was actually a pretty sad thing. The guy who ran WASP passed away like, I think a year ago. It's pretty sad. I remember there was a guy called EMD who was like the captain at the time, but I think he stopped playing. Then the guy who came in charge after that, and the guy who ran the clan passed away like a year ago. It was in a car crash, I believe. A lot of people do pass away in car crashes. Like my dad even almost passed away like in a car crash. He had a pretty severe car crash, but he got really lucky, and due to stupid reason as well. There was like one of the colder days in Latvia when like it was a bit rainy, but it suddenly started to become the so-called black ice, where it's like really like invisible ice. I want to check world record on this. I'm very confused. And basically there was like a hill, and some girl in a BMW was vaping, and her vape dropped, and she leaned on her vape, and she accidentally flicked the steering wheel while leaning upwards, and it spun her car, and it T-boned my dad's car as he was driving the opposite way. That's so stupid. Thankfully everything was fine, but okay, there was like a whiplash for my dad's. It was a bit injury, and the car was absolutely wrecked. But at least he's alive and no major injuries. Which is the main thing. So my family actually got a new car due to that. I tried to chip in a bit to help out. And I actually have not managed to have a chance to drive the car myself. No, I did once. But like actually drive it commuting or stuff like that. I was thinking of taking out some girls on dates with that car, because it's a pretty sick car. It's a BMW X1. So yeah. Instead of taking a bus. You never silver in your cars? I always have a bit of anxiety when I'm in an airplane, but lately it's not too bad. Like I have flown quite a bit during this year. But at least I'm getting way more what's the words? Comfortable while being in airplanes. I think I've flown from Latvia to Denmark, from Denmark to Iceland, from Iceland to Norway, and from Norway to Riga. And then I've flown from Latvia to Poland, from Poland to Italy, and from Italy to Latvia. And then I had a flight from Latvia to France, and France to Latvia. A bus is way more expensive. Honestly, buses are like, when we have to go from, let's say, from Riga to Vilnius, I always wanna what's the word, take Lux Express, because that's such a good bus company. The seats are so comfortable. There is so much space. There's a freaking entertainment thingy on the seats, and the ticket costs like 14 euro. for like a 4-hour bus drive. It's so nice. So whenever I go to see Comic-Con Baltics, I always go there with that. I was thinking with train or something, but man. And I can do stuff while I'm on the way as well. The Wi-Fi there isn't too bad as well. Actually goated. Only problem is I think I only have 2 more years where I can take a relatively cheap ticket there. Because starting from, I believe, age of 26, you have a... like, yeah. And plane tickets? Well, it depends on... I actually had a stupid situation that happened with airplane tickets this year, where I ordered tickets that did not count, but then when I booked it, turns out I had it and I ordered it twice, and it was a bugged ticket as well, where I, for example, had like 2 luggages added with the tickets, for some reason had priority. Then it's like, what the fuck, I got scammed like 500 euro or something like that. I tried to negotiate a refund for like 2 months, but it just did not happen, sadly. And it's, let's just say like that, after my savings account got hacked, those 500 euro is a bit painful, not gonna lie. Ah, that's unfortunate. I'm kinda not minding this snow map. Okay, I got the line here. No, I clipped. This could have been good. Map is good, your thumb isn't. I actually wanted to make like... there's so many like videos I wanted to make. Since lately I have been kind of falling off for video-wise and stuff. I wanted to make like actually like helpful videos that can merge with my main thing that I do with my profession. And when I remember when we had a meeting about this in Comic-Con Baltics, I really wanted to make like videos on how to do proper what you have to do so you don't damage your hands while playing Trackmania in long term, so you don't have like arthritis, wrist issues when, let's say, you're older, or if you start playing games and things like that. Basically how you can prevent things like carpal tunnel syndrome or like RSI or weird tension problems in wrists that can happen from playing games over long periods of time. And I really wanted to make videos like that, just so people know what to do. And in theory, this is actually what I do every day, but I'm not too sure if... I don't think anyone does that. And is that in theory, before every single time you either work on computer, play games, you actually have to warm up your wrists. And what I always do is reason why you want to warm it up. So because in reality you have a hard tension here with Zeepsla. I don't know how it's called in English. And basically it's being strengthened. So there's a thing called an isometric exercise where you basically have to hold a tension for a long period of time. And when you hold it, it's gonna become way more stiff. And it's gonna have no mobility. So you have to really, really stretch it out. Have a bit extended rotations and change the mobility of the wrists in specific ways. How to do reps, light sets, and it's good to go. There's actually a thing... let me find this. Oh, there it is. Which I actually would advise to get for people who play games a lot. So let's say if you have a large tension, there's a thing called like this. I think it's called S-Pan. There's like in a ball form. And you do it like this. And you do it like this, I don't know, while watching videos. And it will help with the grip strength and helping out strengthening the grip on either one hand or another, but you do it, I don't know, like 100 times or something, and on one hand and the other, and 2 times. But that's after or before sessions, and it helps warm up the hands, so you don't have a sudden then issues afterwards. So that's one of the things I kind of wanted to brought up. It doesn't have to be. It can be also like a short shirt that's like wound up together, and you just press it. So basically, your fingers can do this inner movement, so-called inner flexion between all the joint parts. And so this mobility can be held, and so you don't, because all the time, realistically, your arms are just stuck in this position, and they're stuck like this. So the mobility is really low, because it's isometric and it's kind of stuck in place. You just do like light taps like this. And it's kind of one of the reasons, so it extends what you can do with your arms. But you have to do it before you start playing games or start doing office work or things like that. Also, hair cutters have a large issue because they hold it all day like this with this kind of grip, so-called claw grip. And it's basically like, I know that my aunt is also like a barber? No, frisier. It's like a, how do you translate frisiers? And I kind of help her with how to. I mean, she has like, the problem is kind of, you know, already bits done. So the best thing is try to at least deviate the things. Hairdresser, yeah. That's good. Hairdresser. And I think barber was for beards and stuff. And basically wanted to make some videos like that, and like the same thing with postures and stuff like that. I actually wanted to make like the command with the plant a tree to posture check, because that's a good one. And in theory, you have to do like light back exercises, and also what's the so-called ankle mobility exercises if you actually sit all day. Because your ankles, or especially knees, just don't, you know, do anything. And it can cause a lot of big troubles. But there's some basic exercises you can do when you people have like the hunchback position, when it's fully laid like this, forwards. Just to do specific back exercise, and it can help out. But you have to put it in at first weeks or two, you kind of have to do it. Like force your body to do it. But then when it goes into a routine, it's gonna be really nice. You're gonna feel way better. Because a lot of people, especially a lot of people who are in their teens already, have like starting issues with their lower back. It's mainly because the way how that they sit all day. And when you sit, like that lower back part is that's, you know, it's just a not tense, and it's like, how can I say, not strong at all because of sitting all day. And a lot of people already in teens and early 20s already have lower back issues due to that. Like a lot. There's some basic exercises you have to do there. There's like no basic medicine or anything. You just have to do light exercise that strengthens the muscles and keeps the spine in check. And principles there. It's pretty simple. But you have to know what kind of exercises. And importantly is how you do the exercise. You just can't copy paste YouTube and it's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. You gotta take it really carefully. What's the palm position? What's the back position? What's the elbow position? Instead of, let's say you do like 30 reps and you do the exercise completely wrong, but in reality you just have to do it like 3 or 4 times, just do properly, and it's gonna have a way better effect, you know? It's like a lot of people, I personally am against when people do, and I'm kind of not a fan that a lot, let's say in Latvian army as well, when they do like the athletic testing, they have like, let's say push-ups, and you have to do in a specific count. This is actually what I teach in my karate classes. I said if you're gonna have army, it's best you learn it. Best learn the push-ups fast, like a proper way that helps with hypertrophy and strength building properly, or for explosion stuff. And then learn the way how you can cheat a lot of reps. Because you have to have the both. Because they ask for a lot of reps. Okay, so they have to do this way. That's how you're gonna get more reps easily. Because But at the same time, for the actual to have the most effect from push-ups, you have to get the technique and propositions properly. How your elbows move. So the shoulders, for example, are not that muchly used, but you mainly use chest and the back flexors more. And so use that stuff more instead of, you know. And then you can have the cheat method. Because in reality, based on even proportionally based on your body weight and the technique, and also how strong your arms are, you're gonna do like, I don't know, like 30, 40 push-ups realistically max. But for example, armies are required, we're gonna do 90 push-ups for the best one. Yes, but 90 is like, with perfect technique, 40 times is like biomechanically close to impossible. And you have to cheat your movements for those to get that high rep count. So that do be that. I'm actually surprised I got to close to top 100 with so low playtime on this map. I remember back in my day, I once played in a United event and I had to play a freaking rally car on a keyboard. I still remember this. In United. I remember when I played for Team Dunno. I was sick on Bay though. I remember I was really good on Bay. Snow, I was kind of mid. On Rally, I was barely surviving. Island was absolutely yuck. Desert wasn't too bad. Whoa. Okay. Man, I was having a decent time. But yeah. But yeah, I want to do this. Also, one of the things is that the in-game addiction as well. Like, a lot of people are just like, who are like power users of Trackmania. They just, the fact that the game has like lack of incentives is not like an in-game thing, but also can kind of make you waste your day a bit. That's, in theory, you want to play the game, but you have no idea what to do. So you're just kind of lost in a goal on what to do. When you want to play the game to hit that itch, you know. That's a thing as well that a lot of people who, let's say, want to play the game daily, but just have no idea what to do. Also, I'm not, as you notice, I am not using Alt Cam 1 today. That's mainly because it's a snow car. On snow, rally, and desert cars, I don't use Alt Cam 1. I use only Alt Cam 1 for Stadium. Because Alt Cam 1 in this car does not make sense because you can't see your wheels on either desert car. On either desert, snow, or rally properly with Alt Cam 1. That's the main reason why I don't see it, because it's kind of boxed in. Actually, would be interesting, yeah, if they have like even just basic research. This is something I wanted to do. So it's suggest for wait, 5035. I wanted to suggest for some events I want to do for Fastpoint League. When like you have like the waiting soon screens, you do things like posture check. Show like videos of some wrist exercises and stuff like that. I think that could be fine. So people are merely aware of what they need to do. Because a lot of people are kind of aware of their body and they understand, okay, I kind of have to treat it right and stuff. But they don't know what they really need to do. And also I have a crazy conspiracy. In my opinion, a lot of the medicine and health-based stuff is actually not that hard to understand. But I intentionally hide everything behind the Latin words so people get confused, so doctors actually have a meaning and a value to them. Just, yeah, that's my stance on things though. Of course, really good doctors know everything, or people who are really good physiotherapists, but that's something I have definitely experienced myself lately, based on my experience. Because a lot of the stuff is like hidden behind Latin-based words. So the academia is, you know, more highly valued. In theory, you could have like a doctor. You can study as a doctor in like 4 years in practice and really, but because everything is so behind Latin, it's extended to so much. Like, to give an idea, my sister like studied a lot of things for her medicine. I was like, I literally have this in my own course, but I do it in like 6 months. Mainly because we just don't use Latin words at all. This... But Latin words have a meaning. I do think it's for if you do like masters and something like that, then it would make sense. But because in reality, if you have a patient or something, I mean, even when you study it or do it in practice, people never gonna not really use the Latin words. It's like when sometimes, okay, you want to learn something new based on the old prescriptions, then sure, yeah, but use Latin. But when you're like discussing with a colleague or with a patient, you don't really, you know, use such wording because no one's gonna understand, or they're gonna think, wait, what did that mean right again? Like, it's not like I don't think like Latin should not be studied, but it's just, I think, a bit too overused. Am I unironically good at snow, or what is this? I want to get this part so I can keep it. Cam 3. I think Cam 3 on snow could work really well. But I'm really not used to that kind of thing though. I'm actually not doing that considering I have not played this map before. Well, I played it for like half an hour, but that's nothing considering a lot of people are playing it for way more. Lucas, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Also, usually mornings I like boot up the Twitch to see if someone's interesting streaming, and there's like nothing interesting to watch in the mornings. Like, the only thing that nowadays I watch is I rewatch some VODs of like Spam, for example, Spam's Marathon. I wanted to really find the finals of like MTS. I really wanted to see the final of that event, but I just don't know where it was streamed. I tried to look into it, but I could not find it. It was like a pretty good level mixed, sorry, not mixed, tech tournaments, and I really wanted to see the finals of it, but I just could not find where it was streamed. I saw the results afterwards, but man, I want to see the matches, man. This do be a bit of a shame. I heard that there's gonna be, I know, an interesting event rumor that's not Rotor, but someone that is doing something regarding comp stuff for TM. It's gonna be pretty interesting for next year, but let's see what happens in practice. I'm kinda wanna play it if it does not overlap with my days schedule. I mean, too much. Losing quite a bit in the start. Dropping a second somewhere. I want to check the world records. I'm very curious. What's the lines like? On snow, there is the thing where you have to like constantly like be in a steering position, which is a bit annoying when you play snow on keyboard. But I want to see the lines. Ah, okay, I see. Best to just go full inside everywhere. Okay, he jumps as well. Okay. Okay, I see. I see. Alright. Basically, this line right here is gonna be really important. Tuck. He's at least so far ahead to my PV. Ah, slid out. It's so annoying. I can't tell which action key I'm in though. Which is bit annoying. How about VCL? Welcome. Are we winning today? I don't think. No, there's no way. I think I can. Honestly, if I beat my qualification position, I'll be satisfied. Because I am not that consistent on snow compared to stadium. Because snow is like a very snowbally environment. One mistake and you're done. Okay. Did I touch? I got skids a bit. Okay. 43. You had good chances when Div 2 yesterday with your game crashed. Nah, that's happens. I don't think I have a... No, I once had a game crash when I was doing really good on a map. That was like, but that was ages ago. That was ages ago. Wait, is that Josh 1963? Is that the full speed Josh or it's someone else? Alright, serious question. Serious question. What are the odds of you guys thinking there's gonna be like official esports thing for next year? Originally, I was like at 80%, Now I am 50-50. I'm at 10%. Either it happens or doesn't. Okay. I not really too confident on that, honestly. Also, the odds of getting like new orgs in checkmate. Let's say, for example, if like 2v2 or something comes back, there is so low chance of getting new orgs in. You know why? Because most orgs plan out their next year's budgets till like November, and that deadline is already passed. There is, and from my experience from behind the scenes, there is no shot. I think I kind of just came to acceptance, man. I don't think TM is gonna be like a noticeable esports game ever. That's just the reality. You can make us a really sick third party, anything what you want, but if it's not official, it does not matter, sadly. That's the reality. Because the official always consistently just breaks things. 2023 was, I think, the best one, but it went down. I do think I myself, I peaked as a human being in like this year's, in April 2024. I just can't beat that. Literally, I think the best week of my life. I was in a country I have wanted to be since I was a kid. I made it to an event where I was dreaming of being at, and I went there as a coach. I had two of my athletes there. One of them was the best performing out of the entire country and became like a vice champion, Northern European vice champion. There was a 6 seminar as well. Got to do 6 sightseeing and stuff. Everything after that has been just going downhill. It do be like that. I mean, theory was at the world champs at karate, but man, I don't know. It was kind of funny though, the month of October. I was at 2 different world championships in the same month. Which is kind of crazy. It's not like those events are just show up and you made it. No. You have to like actually like do a lot of things to even make it to that event. For Trackmania was running stuff. For Karate it was actually having an athlete that qualifies for it. So it was kind of funny in that sense. I'm gonna do something crazy. Watch. It's gonna be a bit weird for me, but boom. I'm gonna flip the freaking camera. I'm gonna flip the camera, so I'm looking ahead of the game now. Oh yeah. I'm looking at the game now instead of the wall. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm different. Same. I still remember when I was in I forgot to properly qualify for COTD and I got put in Div 2 and the whole chat was just flaming that I was in this division. I still remember that happening once. like a month ago or something. That was one of the moments ever. People are saying, hope you have an awful day today for smurfing this division. I'm like, man, I absolutely just messed up my qualifier. And the whole chat was, hope you understand what you've done. That do be one of the... Man, honestly, it's the worst thing in Trackmania. When you're, like, not good enough for the global level, but you are better than most players in that sense. That is, like, the worst spot to be in a TM. Because you're, like, not good enough to win stuff. And you're too good to play with friends or to enjoy the game casually. There is this stupid gray zone. Oh, what's... Oh, wait. Action key did not work. Better than... Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm friends with Droga. What the fuck? Like a tier 2, yeah, but there is no thing as pros in Trackmania. A lot of people don't really know what the word pro even means. Pro is someone who is professional, but there is not a single person who is actually pro in Trackmania, realistically. It was the case in 2023. And maybe 2022, 2021, but now it's not the case. You could have easily done that, man, but... That's kinda... I mean, big guys, yeah, I would say. They're like pro content creators. Scrappy, Spammy, Virtual, Bren. I'll put them in that criteria. But as pro players, you know, not so much. Maybe Mime. Yeah, in general, the thing with esports is, right? We just gotta understand the fact Trackmania is not an esports game anymore. That's just the reality. No, that's what I said, like the big guys. Because they have a contract. Like there's... You can see that in the amount of people who cared about esports during 2024. The play count there as well. You know, it was... Like, it showed, like, realistically no one cared. Or hardly anyone cared. Crashed last CP? Happens. Well, at least you going out round 1 is not immortalized in Trackmania's history like I have. So, I'm the first person who went out in Div 1 in the very, very first couple of days, so... And that is like an actual like trivia question even nowadays. Great. Who was the first person to go in the very first cup of the day? It was SRK. Who was the first person to win cup of the day? It was Car Jr. That's the worst part, because I'm like... I have never been going out round 1 in a couple of days ever. And that's the only time when it happened was the very first COTD. The very, very first one. What's the worst part is that at the time I had like, I will wait till others crash like mentality, so. That's why I played TTCs and stuff like that as well. Who even knows what even TTCs were? I don't think people even knew. Because I know that when I started playing them, they were kind of fading it out already. I remember my computer just could not handle all those players in one server as well. The True Talent Cups, which are basically like a knockout event. Every Thursday, I remember it was. And yeah, it was like every Thursday, and it had like 5 maps. I think it had like 3 rounds a map. And basically like the bottom positions get eliminated. It was on a knockout race like that. No, we're not gonna host TV2 today. I just have no time. I don't think I'm gonna have a chance to host TV2 this year anymore. Sadly. Just don't have a day when I can sensibly do it, sadly. I would love to do it, but, you know, there are things that do take priority. I kind of like streaming here and there, because then I have someone to at least talk to, I guess. Because all of my jobs and everything is when I just discuss stuff to one side. And I just explain other people, everyone just nodding their heads. Okay, understand. And here I can only do some sort of conversation at least. So that's why I do stream time to time though. Brushy Airship, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But we'll have to see what happens next year. I'll be honest, my motivation with hosting stuff in Trackmania is slowly declining as well. For international stuff, I don't know. I kind of just want to host local stuff. That's where I'm up mentally. So most likely it's going to be something either local or nothing. Because I just don't enjoy hosting international stuff that much. I remember a while back I liked to host events that I would love to play in myself, but the problem is I could not to play those events myself. As long as I could host something, people liked it, and yeah. That was a thing till like 2022. I kind of just like focusing on local stuff now. Because I have been really enjoying the Latvian League personally. Especially because I'm surprised by the level in the Latvian League. Like, the matches aren't easy. There's a good reason why I have not won a single thing yet. Like a single stage so far. I am second in standings so far, but when all of the stages will fill out, I think I'm gonna drop to like number 6 probably. Also, it's kind of crazy that Moonless has only finished 1 stage, but since he won that 1 stage that he played at, he's already like top 4 in the standings. But now when there's gonna be more and more people like, you know, getting those equalized points, I think Moonless might drop in the standings a bit. But we'll see. Especially since on 25th there's gonna be a relatively easy points day, or easy point stage. And we'll see what happens on the last stage as well. If there's gonna be a lot of people, then it's gonna be really, really hard to get the big points. Ah, scraped the wall. Can I make this jump now? I'm gonna take this a bit safer. Okay, still barely made it with that. Alright, that slight scrape of the wall is kind of messing up my lines now, but I think it should be fine. This is one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of playing snow in rounds. Like it's like playing full speeds. What country is Proponoia? He has abused the inner flag system, but it has like no residency. My guess is German, probably. German, French, those are like the two big ones, probably. Because his location is... Yeah, he just has Europe selected somehow. TMNZ club. I mean, you can join any club you want, you know, so... It's not like it makes that they're from a specific region due to that. Oh, I'm out. I'm so out. That's such an annoying clip. Ah, come on, really? Okay, let's see. Maybe someone has a really bad snowball. Nah, 7 seconds. That's too much. He played for France and TSCC. Well, doesn't mean French. I played for Finland as well in TSCC. Yeah, I'm so out. No, it could have been fine! Oh, man. Oh, god damn it. Really? I love snow car. My favorite car. Ay, ay, ay. I think this is one of my worst cover day reruns in such a long time. Yep. Alright. Who was it? Sour Gurke, who was looking pretty solid. He did almost the same thing that I did. Of course, I spectate the person and they are on the edge now. Leona switch as well. Of course. I think he's gonna be fine. Like, that's the thing with snow cars. Like, one thick mistake and, you know. Like, people can hit the CP and they're just screwed. That's just the reality of Kafka days. See, one guy messed up already. He missed the finish. That's one way to miss the finish, I guess. Oh, he finished. Wait, what? Did he finish? He did. Okay. Yeah, that's funky. Singeros. Wait, isn't Singeros the same guy who was smurfing in matchmaking? Is that the same person? Might maybe not be the case. There was one person who was smurfing in MM quite a bit. But that person was using Japan flag. This one, he has a club edition, so might be legit. I don't want to see the checkpoints if he's actually playing from Kazakhstan. Let's keep an eye on Singenorus. See if he's actually Kazakh or not. Playing from Astana or something. How many people from New Zealand or Australia are there? Okay, South Africa. Okay, there's some. Okay. So you'll see there's gonna be a light delay on the CP pop-ups as well. And they're gonna suddenly like jump up in the rankings for like a split second. That's a way you can spot if they are missing. See, like Lucarion, for example, popped up later. Yeah, where is let's see. Wait, it's instantaneous now, basically. Maybe they changed it, because this was a thing like last year, where you could like check it based on that. That was a thing. Maybe they changed it, because the Nadio is all the time actually updating the backend server stuff constantly, but not mentioning when they're doing the changes, so... I think only the alpha people know when the server updates are happening. There's like sometimes an update, but it's only on server side and that's it. Like the same thing with the website. Like they don't put their patch notes that they're like updating websites. Speaking Russian? No, that could be the case. I mean, there is Kazakh language as well. But yeah, due to the Russification, I think there's a bunch of people still using Russian in Kazakhstan. Honestly, Kazakhstan has a really unfortunate history. Like a lot of their population, just like ethnic Kazakhs, a lot of them died in like early 20th century due to the Soviet Union. It's kind of like the same thing that was, come to think of it, not too long ago, wait, what was the relative? My dad's cousin? Yeah, my dad's cousin was taken by the KGB and went missing afterwards. Because apparently like a neighbor like reported him on something that he actually did not do. He just went missing and everyone said, okay, he just, you know, is done. That happened in like 1989. Stuff do be scary. Trackmaster TM. I've never seen a name like that. There are a lot of different names when on these different cars. Yeah, I don't know, for example, who is Lord Quacks, I don't know. Kurabish, I don't know. Matonzets, I don't know. Jaggy Fired Signaris, I first time seeing. LSFMX, Luca Raccoon, I have not seen. Patstan, Peppy, I have not seen these guys, so. Different names on a different car. Trackmaster is often div 2. In reruns? Actually, how many people played this cover today? Let's check it out. Trackmania.io. So how many people did play it? 168. It's not a lot. Hello, Higibus. Yeah, more than 2 seconds from the top one time was the Has anyone content creator done a video where they try out all different input devices for TM? I don't think so. I remember there used to be like videos where they do compare the devices and stuff. I would not be surprised if Virtual has not done something like that. I think that guy has tried out most of everything you can do with the game. Yeah, the new Nadio guys are listed now here. Surenas is like a new Nadio person. But if I had to make like a comparing video between myself on different devices, it would be such a bad idea. I'm just so bad on other devices compared to keyboard, it's actually ridiculous. Like on keyboard, I can comfortably get like, you know, Master 3 in MM with no issues. You know, I can just one-shot author times in campaigns and stuff like that. Like, game is pretty easy in that sense. If you give me a controller with an analog stick, I can't even finish the freaking maps. I am so handicapped. Everyone says, "Oh, just take time." No, man, it's not even that great. Plus, my hands are not used to holding controller, and after like 10 minutes, like the blood is not circulating correctly in my hand, and I can't hold like a controller longer for an hour. Everyone says, "Oh, it's more comfortable and stuff." No, for me, it's not. I would rather take the comfort of a keyboard than the comfort of a controller. That's for sure. I remember when I talked about with Mada at the World Cup that he said that also with the wheel he's way more comfortable like that because he has something to hold on to, and then the wrist strain. And then I explained to him that the wrists, because they are more relaxed in this sense. So you're just holding like this and your arms are low-key hanging on the wheel. So that's why it's not hurting, because when you grab hands, you have a light tension here. So if you put your wrist here, you're gonna feel like, okay, there's like a light, like a tension happening here by default. And if you do like this, then you're gonna have tension here, 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 in multiple places. And when you have it, it's just fully relaxed. And then you can do the steering movements. Yeah, it really depends on how what you're used to it and how your body is prepared for that stuff, you know? That's one of the things. Because the way how, like, your body always adapts to your usual environment. So let's say when you play on keyboard, but you have to be aware on why, if there is like a pain forming, you gotta understand why it's the case. The minute you just do a basic, just sitting movement and you start to feel pain, you know something is not right, and you're gonna understand. I'm a person, when I don't know something, I have to know why it's happening, and or how the sausage is made a bit, you know, and that's how I usually try to study and understand this kind of stuff, and that's what I have learned from my personal experience doing additional studies as well. Is that basically your body all the time adapts, but it's really important to do wrist warm-ups before office work or... Oh, what is this round? Like office work or playing games and stuff. Like, it's really important just to improve your longevity of hands. Like a lot of drummers, a lot of guitarists, hairdressers, like they would warm up their wrists, hands, and then they have a carpal tunnel syndrome, RSIs, weird tendinitis in their arms, wrists, and it becomes problematic. You have to warm it up always. That's why a warm-up is thing before every kind of exercise. And it's pretty same principle everywhere. Healthier but slower? It does feel like, but I remember when Mada said he sees that there's way more potential with the wheel due to precision he can get. Of course, one thing is having this is what I said in Trackmania, there's two principles. What's your peak pace, which is gonna be your peak, that's one moment what you're gonna do, or how consistent you are with it. I do think, for example, wheel will be a bit more efficient on things like time attack. Maybe round play can help you with that, but if there's a lot of like quick learning stuff, keyboard I think or controller could be way a bit better. But you know, it depends on person. Like it doesn't matter what kind of device. It depends on what you're used to and what's comfortable for you. That's why, for example, Bossbis plays with a mouse, Grenadi plays with a wheel. I play with the keyboard or something. Someone else as well, the same thing. Like it's just what they adapted it and get used to it. Since in Trackmania, any device is fine. It's just and there's just what's comfortable for you. It's pretty simple. Only thing you have done with your handheld is order vertical mouse from AliExpress. Isn't that the one that you hold it like this? That's like a stick. Because I'm not too sure what a vertical mouse... Yeah, because that's the thing that comes into my mind. Because there's a lot of people who are like one-handed and they use like vertical mouses and they move around, they can use it as buttons on the same finger. So the Grounded did not play this? I have no idea if he played or not. Again. Every single... This is what I said. Like, 43-3. That's not too shabby of a time. Man, if I just could have played safe, I could have made it here. But, you know, that one round and all hell broke loose. Yeah, Proponoi is pretty solid at everything, though. That's not a name I have seen before, though. I mean, I have seen him before, but... His controller action keys? Let's check. That is... looking like a controller. That's a controller for sure. It's a bit snappier if it's like a wheel or a joystick. It's way slower movements, but if it's a bit more jiggery if it's a controller. Propane. Maybe it's just Grenadi not knowing how to spell things as well. He's not using action keys, Flores. I can tell that easily. He's playing with controller with specific sensitivity settings. Those are not action keys, that is controller. If it was action keys, it would lock in a specific position, but it's like jiggery a bit. Like, what is going on? Like, there's a DNF every round. It's not too bad for a controller, yeah. It's like a really controlled controller. Now watch Proponoia crash the last round. Yeah, 42 is pretty solid. The thing with Snowcar, you always have to like constantly steer to a side. Like you can't like release and stuff. Like he's always steering to a direction. He's like re-changing stuff, you know. I mean, if you have a really healthy grind sets and a really good mental, and you just focus on the oh, that's an interesting line. Focused on the preparation and the process, then the results will come with it. And you know, Proponoia is being on the same principle. Probably just focusing on the progress and what he needs to do, and then the results follow with it. Either it's a good time, good consistency, good event performances. No, Tarpor PB, and he still lost. Well played. That do be that. Did Propo win every round? I don't think so. I believe Sour Gurki got some couple of round wins here and there. Yeah, what's my global position on the map? 102 in the end. Okay, it's not too bad considering what's that? I'm second in Latvia. How many people have played these maps actually? I played them at the release and that's kinda it. Wait, Tanulet is first here. Wait, Tanulet is thirds. What's Wait, how is Virtual first on this one? This is such a random map. Yeah, interesting. I checked these out map when they came out and I've not really touched it since. I kinda don't care. Like, hunting stuff is really not for me. Alright, I opened up registrations for Latvian League Stage 4. It's gonna happen this Saturday. So, registrations for that are open. I wanna check the world records on these maps. What were the world records on the last stage maps? I wanna see these. Because the only times I did it were in the match or in the qualifications. I'm curious how it will look like in practice. Oh, Moonless played the maps as well. Okay. I'm very curious how many players we're gonna get this Saturday. I do think we might get more players because on Wednesdays there's not gonna be that many players, but on Saturday I think definitely there's gonna be some way more competitive matches and it's gonna be way harder to get the big points. Right, Moonless actually has a good start. Yeah, Moonless is actually cool to see his progress though. He's I think the youngest Trackmania player right now as well, like globally. And the fact he's improving pretty fast is also pretty sick. The kid is only 14. And he's already beating me. Lauditz is younger? How old is Lauditz? $13? It's kind of crazy. I remember when I started out, there were a lot of like 13, 14, 15-year-olds playing. But nowadays it's like not really the case. 0.1 here, okay. I think the 42 is here doable, but we'll see if this map is selected for the Latvia Trackmania Cup. I definitely do think you can push out 42 here, for sure. Also for the Latvia Trackmania Cup, there's an interesting format I wanna readapt it. Right now, I have set it as a basic double elimination cup mode matches for the Latvia Trackmania Cup, but I want to do something different. I want to put the... Wait, let me showcase what kind of format I want to do. So we have double elimination rights. Let me find the thingy. It's a bit kind of experimental gamer, but I think it's going to be pretty sick. I'm gonna open it through here because it's gonna be faster. So for the Latvia Trackmania Cup, which is gonna be the final event that we have for the Latvia League, I wanna do like an experimental format. So we're gonna have 8 players, but instead of this being cup modes, like Cup Classic, where you have to play rounds one by one, it's gonna be a best of maps. So for example, but I still want to do some back-end testing to see if everything works and we can run a format like this. I'll have to change the bracket layout as well a bit. But basically what I'm planning to do is that there's going to be 4 players in a map. And there's going to be 5 map splits. So let's say, I don't know, there's like map 1, map 2, map 3, map 4, map 5, okay? Higher seed picks the first map, second, and yada yada yada, okay? So, but on each map, you do like a mini cup mode match per map, and whoever is the first person to get finalist and win secures the map. So then, let's say we have players, let's like do it P1, P2, player 3, player 4. So then player 1 gets 1 point. Okay, and the rest of the players are 0. Then we go to map number 2. Okay, we go to map number 2, which is played by the second player. And we do a mini cup mode here. The same thing. Whoever does it, let's say whoever wins it, gets 1 point here. So let's say it's gonna be player 1 who gets map 2. Okay, player 1 is through. He is out of the match. Boom, he's secured. We go to map number 3. Okay, it's picked by the third player. Same thing, mini cup mode match on one that specific map. And let's say now player 3 wins this one. And we do this till a player has like 2 map hits. But you might be wondering, wait, there's 5 maps, but there's a chance, let's say if there's 1, 1, 1, and then 2. Yes, that can be the case. Because then the first map will be in the rotation once again in the best of. So let's say we have each player gets a map win, and then this guy gets 2, and then let's say these 2 move on. Okay, but here's gonna be the interesting part, what I wanna do. So the players who reach the upper final right here, okay? This is, I think, gonna be the crazier part. And it might be a bit confusing, and I have no idea how Liquipedia could do this in a bracket. So basically, the first person from the upper finals to get the 2 map wins will be put directly into the grand top, the grand final. But this is not the grand final. This is not. Oops. This is the main final. Let's call this just final. And the winner of this gets directly placed in the grand final for the 1v1. This guy gets placed in the regular final, and these 2 get put in the lower final. And you basically play a 3-player upper final till this position. And you have like a best of 1v1 at the end. And you'd have a format like this. The only thing that I was thinking, so it does not take too long, but at the same time, this can remove the anticlimacticness, and can basically, if you win early on, you can get a break, and, you know, I think this can be an interesting format to try it out. Because you can do this format via the competition tool, which is really, really fascinating. And I want to experiment and try this out, because this allows to remove the anticlimacticness of cup mode, and it's kind of the same as TMGL Spring 2022, I think. It's like very similar to this, but basically improved. So you don't have to play out for 3rd, 4th, and stuff like that. But it allows you to get specific position in the events. And at the same time, you can, you know who's 3rd, you know who's 4th, and stuff like that. Because the biggest problem with what I had with here is that, okay, sorry, there's like 2 players here, and not 4. So you have the person who wins this one get put in this final, and you have a 1v1 here and a 1v1 here, but it's like a bracket. It's not a good visualization because there's formulas here, as you see. And I don't want to remake the formulas on every map. Yeah, but it's like I'm planning to do is like 30 points cup mode per map, like 30 points only, 30 points, that's it. The same thing, repartition 10, 6, 4, 3, and, you know, but it's 30 points, so it goes snappy, but you get to at least get decent amount of rounds still played. And that's what I was thinking. Or maybe have the points repartition like 10, 5, 10, 5, 4, 3. So let's say if you're second, you can still get it, and first places get rewarded a bit more. And have a repartition like this, because you have a lower points threshold. because then if you get second, you have to double the points as first. So the first person is meaningful, but at the same time, if you get third, fourth, third, it's it's still rewarded, and the match still gets to move on. So we don't have to wait too much. So this is a thing I have been considering doing for the finals events, and as an experimental event format as well. But I want to still do testing a bit at the back end to double check if everything is doable like this, because I have never done a format like this, and a game mode. I have not tested the limits of the in-game game mode, because there is a thing called let's check. Okay, so there is a thing where you can do, if you create an event right here, I'm gonna put this club, let's call it tests, the best name. Disable registrations. Next step. So let's say if I add a round here, and we go through here, I can set the cup game mode here. Submits. Oh, I hate this thing. Why is no man, Nadia? Why do you make it like this? I hate this. You know what's the funniest part? You know why I dislike this? Let's say I add a map. So let's say I add wet plastic here. It's gonna break the system. You can't add maps like this. So you have to add, you know what you have to do? And you have to remake the whole thing. Unless you wait for 5 seconds and then you go back. Then it's fine. If you do it instantaneously, it crashes the whole thing and you have to remake it. But if you wait 5 seconds and then go back, then it's fine. I have to fetch a random map ID. Let's say this one, which is a garbled mess. Okay, I need to then get the map UID, and if I add it now, then it's fine. Now it's fine. Okay. Close round settings. And we're gonna set up the test event. So it's gonna show regular cup mode. I wanna see what it's gonna say here now. So there is the custom script thing, right? So what I'm gonna do a bit of a hackermans. Just don't show this to Nadia, okay? So we're gonna do in Rotor Club. We're gonna go to inactive stuff. I'm gonna find this. We're gonna quickly do this. And double check. Okay, this is the score. Yep. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna quickly activate this. We're gonna go through settings, and I'm gonna yoink the link of the game mode. I just need to find it. This is 2022 something. This is how many events I have been added as an admin, like jeepers. Okay. I don't see it. I have so many events, I can't find it. Control F? No. It's not gonna work like that. What was the name? DMGL Spring. Okay. Not in this page. DMGL was non-existent here. It's non-existent here. Because it had Grand League. Wait, let's do like this. I'm gonna open the second screen. Oh, that is like. Oh, really? That's why? XPP, man. Okay, there's a hilarious reason why I can't access this. Ah, goddammit, it's you and your tricks. So basically, since Softy's club accesses ran out, since Softy created the event and his club access ran out, the settings are inaccessible due to that. XD, man. That is low-key hilarious. Okay, let's. I wanna get access to this game mode though. So basically, what I wanna do, I wanna experiment a bit. Okay, let's do a bit of Hackerman stuff. Knowing Nadio, what could be the way how this could be named? Where was our test events? Test. I'm gonna do a trickster. I'm gonna delete this. Cup classic on like, I'm gonna do cup long. And I'm gonna submit this. I'm gonna add an empty match. And I'm gonna add myself into the thing. And I'm curious if I can get this done. If this is gonna work or not. Okay, the server does exist. Okay. There is no shot I guessed the exact format script. Wait. I'm curious though. Wait, I think it did this. Oh, wait, I did. Okay. Ain't no way I guessed this format script. Holy. Okay, I got the format script. Nice. Wait, I'm gonna do a couple runs on this. I'm curious. If everything works well, I should get... Oh, wait, it's like plus now. Wait. And... Wait, what are the script settings for this? On pause, set team points, restart map, next map, end warm up. Okay, end warm up. Alright. We hacker manning right now. I'm gonna skip this song, I don't like this. Alright, see? There's like different stuff. Warm up ending in 10 seconds. This doesn't exist in regular game modes. Okay. Okay, perfect. You see now the settings. It says match points limit, track points limits. Alright, we access the hidden game mode in the game now. Huge. This game mode is inaccessible in any other way now. So we got... I won by KO as well. Wait, plus 10. I'm insta-finalist. Okay. So basically this is the game mode I want to use. So I can't believe it, I guessed the freaking game mode. So I can win maps by just... I don't even have to finish and everything. So I should win it here. By hitting... Yep. There we go. And I win a map. Now you're gonna see this thing pop up but to bigger. And it's gonna be best of maps like this. So this is the game mode I wanna use for the Latvia Trackmania Cup. The problem is though, there is a tiny issue. Which you can't... You see the knockout thing, right? Oh my goodness, this warm-up is so long. You can't disable the knockouts. So it exists. So this is gonna be a thing in 1v1s where we're gonna play the same map, but there is a chance it's not as you see, it's gonna show the best of the bars on the top as well. So if you're gonna watch closely the thing at the top, it's gonna disable the amount of maps a person has won. So right now in the settings, what I have to do, since none of the functions are archived, I will have to figure out what were the function names that can allow me to set the track points limit and match points limit, which is gonna be a fun adventure, let's just say it like that. But yeah, basically this is gonna be the game mode I want to do for Latvia Trackmania Cup and for the finals event. It do be very weird when your whole steering locks straight when you hit the checkpoint. I'm not too sure what people think that they might win without finishing a map, but I think it will make 1v1s really fun to watch. Because then you have to keep up and step up your pace then instantly. What do you guys think of this game mode, actually? I think if it is set up properly, if you set it up properly, then with the settings and everything, then you can get some interesting matches on this for sure. But yeah, this is an official game mode, but it's hidden in the game's codes, so that's why you gotta take a bit of hacker mans to access it. I know that Razi mentioned this was his favorite competitive game mode in Trackmania. But yeah. And for example, like that, I didn't win a match. I got the 3 map wins. And I win the whole thing. GG's. So this is the way how it works. The only thing now is I need to figure out match points limit and track points limit setting function names. That's the main thing I need to know now, because the thing is what Nadio's game modes is that the function names are completely different. So let me show you something. So for example, we go here at the back end. If we go to let's say Latvian Trackmania League, right? We go to early rounds, and when we use the legacy game modes, I have to write cup points limit. But let's say when we created a new event where we did not tinker anything with the settings or anything there at all, it shows a different function. There is just S points limit. So those both two are valid, but this one only affiliates with what other active people to access to this? Anyone has access to this. It's just no one knows how to get to it, and especially how to actually use it. That's the thing. Because honestly, learning this backend system took me like, I'm not gonna lie, a year to learn. Because it has no documentation at all. Wait, the Fast Point Monthly said, wait. There is no shot Fast Point Monthly's had that many players. Wait, you wanna hear something funny? I hosted like a Fast Point circuit that had like I hosted a Fast Point circuits that had like a monthly events similar to as Roto, right? Look how many players we had here. 124, 135. Oh, this was the Fast Point. This was a teams event. Okay, Monthly Cup Atrial, which was the very first event, had more events, but then afterwards it fell off massively. To a point where Monthly Cup August had 106 players, and that's an officially run event. But yeah, anyone has access to this. The way how you can access to this, you can go to main Trackmania website, you log in, go here, and then competitions. Then you're gonna have a screen like this. It might be empty for you, but for me, I have a lot of stuff here. I have like a lot stuff here. I don't know how many events. I think it was like close to 200 or something like that. Wait, why does Baltic Trackmania Cup have 120 participants? Wait, what? Lithuania Weekly also had 50. Man, we fell off massively. We fell off. What are these events even? Oh yeah, the first American Open I hosted. This is when I hosted like sub-regional events per event. Yeah, the APAC event had like 30 players. Americas had like 66 and European Middle East Africa had 155. Yeah, these were the monthly cups I did per like region and stuff. Now, and these events were actually the reason why Roto Regionals became a thing. Because they literally copy-pasted the regions I used it. So there's a funny reason for that. But yeah, it's like 2 years ago at this point. 2 years ago. What is this? Oh yeah, Roto Regional, European Regional Wonder 1, Regional Wonder 2. 110. This was stage 2, regional 1. These were the fast point monthly cups. When I hosted them. It's kind of funny. What's the most populated events I have access to? I think it's the EU regional, probably. I think so. Yeah, it looks like it. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. They got this game mode running as well. Yeah, and it shut down the server now. Alright, the test worked fine. That's basically like a club where I just test stuff and try to break things. Actually, fun fact that when I was trying to mess with that stuff, I once broke the cup of the day for a day. So whenever you see cup of the day breaking, it's not Nadio server dying, it's just someone experimenting stuff with the backend system really deep into the game. And it sometimes can break stuff. I don't think nowadays it can break stuff, but it did break like a couple months ago and stuff. So it is a thing. Alright, anyway, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you for tuning for the stream. Hope you all have a really